I'll be the first to admit it. When you live with health anxiety, you are always on the lookout for the next thing that might finally make you feel safe. The next supplement, the next routine, the next lifestyle change that promises to protect you from every illness you're worried about. And in today's world, where everyone with a phone can make themselves look like an expert, it's almost impossible not to get sucked in by health influencers. The problem is, these influencers don't just casually put information out there. They build entire businesses on making you feel like you're missing something. That if you just listen to them, buy their product, or follow their secret plan, you'll finally be protected from all those terrifying possibilities that run through your head at 3 in the morning. And when you're a hypochondriac, that message hits differently. It feels urgent, it feels necessary, it feels like the answer you've been waiting for. But the truth is, most of these people are not doctors. They're not scientists. They don't care about your anxiety. They care about attention, money, and building a following. And I want to talk today about why it's so important to stay away from health influencers, especially if you struggle with health anxiety like I do. Let's start with the biggest problem: wild promises without evidence. The internet is full of people claiming they've discovered a miracle cure. Someone says a special juice fast can reverse cancer. Another person insists that rubbing a certain oil on your skin will prevent Alzheimer's. Someone else might swear that their supplement detoxes heavy metals or flushes parasites out of your body. These claims are everywhere. They're dressed up with confident language, scary stories, or even fake testimonials. But when you look closely, there's no scientific basis for most of it. And here's the thing. When you have health anxiety, your brain latches onto these promises because they feel like hope. If someone says, "Do this one thing and you won't get sick," that's exactly the kind of certainty our anxious brains are craving. I can't tell you how many times I've been scrolling online, come across a headline like, "This mineral deficiency is the hidden cause of all disease," and felt that surge of panic and relief at the same time. Panic because what if I have that deficiency? And relief because maybe there's finally something I can do to protect myself. But then reality sets in. These people are not offering solutions based on decades of research or peer-reviewed science. They're offering solutions based on what they can sell. And that's another key point. Health influencers make money off your fear. Think about it. If someone online tells you, "You're fine, you're probably healthy, you don't need to do anything extreme," you're not likely to click their video, share it, or buy their product. But if someone says, "The food you're eating every day is poisoning you, and here's the $60 powder that can save you," suddenly, they've got your attention. They've hooked into your deepest fear, that something invisible is wrong inside your body, and they've offered a lifeline. It's not that these people don't know what they're doing. They know exactly how to prey on people like us. They use fear-based language like, "Doctors don't want you to know this," or "The truth Big Pharma is hiding from you." They make it sound like they've uncovered a secret, and when you're anxious, that message is intoxicating. Because the one thing health anxiety makes you feel all the time is vulnerable and out of control. These influencers sell the illusion of control. Now, I'm not saying everyone online talking about health is lying. There are credible doctors, dietitians, and scientists who share evidence-based information in helpful ways. The problem is, it's incredibly difficult to tell who's trustworthy and who's just dressing up marketing as science. And when you're dealing with health anxiety, even a single unproven claim can send you spiraling. Let me give you a few examples of the kinds of things I've seen. I've seen people claim that alkaline water can cure cancer, despite there being zero scientific evidence for that. I've seen people tell their followers that vaccines cause autism or infertility, when massive studies have disproven those myths again and again. I've seen influencers say eating massive amounts of a certain fruit will detox your liver, or that fasting for a week straight will reset your immune system. These are dangerous claims. They're not just silly. They can lead people to delay real medical treatment, hurt themselves physically, or spend thousands of dollars chasing after a lie. And for someone with health anxiety, these claims can do even more damage. Because once you hear something like, "If you don't take this supplement, your cells will age faster," it sticks in your brain. You obsess over it. You replay it over and over. You start to wonder if you're doing enough to protect yourself. And even if you never buy the product, the anxiety it stirs up can linger for weeks. Another reason to stay away from these influencers is that they almost never talk about the downsides. Every real treatment, supplement, or habit comes with potential risks, but health influencers don't want you to think about risks, because risks don't sell. They want everything to sound safe, natural, and miraculous. But natural doesn't mean harmless. Plenty of natural substances are poisonous. And safe is meaningless if it's not backed by actual studies. Let me be clear, I'm not against supplements. I take them myself. But I want to know what I'm putting in my body, why I'm taking it, and what evidence supports it. Health influencers don't give you that balance. They give you a one-sided story that makes you feel like you'd be a fool not to follow them. So what can we do instead? How do we protect ourselves from falling into these traps, especially when our anxious brains are wired to latch onto them? The first step is recognizing the red flags. If someone is promising a cure for everything, run. If someone is saying they have secret knowledge that doctors don't want you to know, run. If someone is telling you to stop taking prescribed medication in favor of their natural remedy, run. Those are all signs you're not dealing with real science. You're dealing with marketing. The second step is slowing down before acting. When you see a claim online, especially one that spikes your anxiety, resist the urge to immediately buy or change something. Sit with it. Research it from reputable sources. Check whether any major health organizations, like the CDC, the Mayo Clinic, or peer-reviewed journals, actually support the claim. 9 times out of 10, they don't. The third step is reminding yourself that being healthy is not about chasing magic bullets. It's about consistent, evidence-based habits. Eating a balanced diet, getting enough sleep, exercising, managing stress, avoiding smoking, drinking in moderation. None of these things are flashy. None of them sound like a miracle. But they're proven to reduce your risk of disease and improve your life. And they don't require you to follow someone on Instagram or buy a mystery powder from a TikTok shop. And finally, the most important step for people like us with health anxiety is learning to tolerate uncertainty. Health influencers prey on our desperate need for certainty, the idea that if we just do this one thing, we'll be safe forever. But the reality is no one can guarantee that. Not a doctor, not a supplement, not a lifestyle. And chasing that illusion will only make our anxiety worse. For me, the shift came when I started asking myself, does this information make me feel calmer and more in control? Or does it make me feel more anxious and desperate? If it's the second one, that's a huge sign I'm not looking at helpful information. Real, evidence-based health advice should empower you, not terrify you. So my advice from one hypochondriac to another is this: avoid health influencers. Avoid the rabbit holes, the miracle claims, the endless supplements you can't even pronounce. Focus on the basics, trust science, and most importantly, don't let fear-based marketing hijack your peace of mind. Because the truth is, your health is not hiding in the latest viral trend. It's built every day by the simple, steady choices you make, and by giving your anxious brain less fuel to panic over. At the end of the day, the best thing we can do for our health anxiety is to stop giving power to people who profit from it.